What's going on, guys? Thomas Garetz here, back with your daily dose of Floki. And not only do I have a couple things I want to talk about Floki, but I also want to just talk about everything going on in crypto the past couple days. So let's just get into it. Make sure to smash the like button first, though. So first off, when it comes to Floki, I talked about the chainlink integration already, right? But the main thing I don't think you guys are understanding is what that really means, okay? So the community has been asking, when staking, when this, when that. And that's truly what the chainlink integration does. And just so you know, chainlink is, like I said, the biggest decentralized oracle in all of crypto. It's huge, insane, and they have to do a lot of research into the project if they're gonna do an integration for them. Okay, so Doge doesn't have that, Sheeb doesn't have that. No shade throwing at them, it's just a fact. Okay, so it just continues further legitimizing Floki, and it gives them exactly what the community has been asking for. Okay, so besides just that, obviously there's more that Chainlink does, which I went over in my last video. If you want to check that out after this, I'll link it at the end. But also, this is actually in their Discord. They haven't even announced this on their Twitter yet, so I won't go too in depth, but basically they're doing a campaign in Israel. They're taking it over. Just look at this. I mean, there is so much that goes into one of their campaigns. It's insane. Okay? Absolutely crazy, and it's going live Monday. All right? So I think they're maybe being quiet about this right now. Partly because of just the state of the market right now. It's a little wishy-washy, right? And there's a few reasons for this. And I think the weekend, everyone's kind of feeling like they don't know how to feel almost. You know what I mean? It's kind of like some people are buying a little bit of the dip at this point because it's gone up from the dip, which I'll get into. But because if a lot of people feel like there's a lot of market manipulation, which there is. At the end of the day, it's just a fact. Whether it's whales or Wall Street in the stock market, there is, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a decent amount of market manipulation, regardless of how it's done, whether it's because there's so many AI technology or robots doing the trading it's a large amount of AI and bots that do the trading these days. So whether it's because of that, them capitalizing on human emotion because they know what people are going to do, right? And basically how it happens when it comes down to it, for example, let's look at this dip. Right here, basically it starts with some type of catalyst, like usually some news, okay? Whether it's the jobs report, whether it's Jerome Powell talking about transitory inflation, or he's going to start tapering. There's usually some type of catalyst, right? And that initially scares people, okay? So that scares people, right? And then all of these bots, they start doing the same thing, whether that's shorting the market or selling with stop losses on, whatever it is, a lot of them do the same exact thing. So that further brings down this loss. And then people start getting liquidated right here. And that liquidation just has a major sell-off, right? And then you also get the retail people getting scared. Oh my God, it's dipping, it's dropping, it's crashing. Then they sell off. So you see how it's kind of like a domino effect, right? And that's pretty much how it happens. And then the whales, whether they caused this or it was the bots that caused it, they know what's going to happen. They already see this. This has happened many, many times. And the people who have been in the markets for a long time also know this. So whether they are the reason this happens or there's catalysts and then all these chain reactions happen, then they just buy the dip. So they get it at a cheaper price, right? So yeah, it's kind of just, like I said, a domino effect. And then it dips all the way down. Everyone paper hands. So what was it at? It got low. It went from 45. It was at what? 57 all the way to 45. That's a big dip in one day. So yeah, when I woke up, I was like, dang, and it's kind of funny because so many people get scared. And really, if you go back, let's just go to every dip, it comes back. So you could literally just do nothing and you'd be better off. But when you look at this with like human emotions, you just wreck yourself. And also being high in leverage, I don't use any leverage. I don't think any beginner should, or really most people shouldn't use leverage because it just gets you wrecked. You know what I mean? And you really have to look at it from like you have to understand how the market works, the cycles, and just like things like this happen. And then you add in the tapering and the Omicron and all this uncertainty, you know what I mean? And then also like the narrative in the news matters. So I think a lot of people this weekend, they're just kind of waiting to see what that narrative is on Monday. You know what I mean? So we'll see. This could be the start of a huge, even bigger correction. No one knows. Do I think that's going to happen? No. I think people overreact about Omicron. I think they're not really going to start tapering like they say because it scares people. It turns the market red. And then all Jerome Powell's billionaire buddies are going to start hitting him up like, could you just not do that? You know? So who knows what's going to happen? I'm just a guy sharing my opinion. That's my thoughts. That's kind of how it works, the market. But just understand that these are the opportunities you have right here. You know, could it dip more? Yes, but this is an opportunity. 45, you make 10K if you just wait for a dip. So the people who are on my comments super upset about, like first of all, if you're blaming me because you bought something, that's your fault, buddy. I don't recommend you to do anything. But the people who are really upset are the people who always buy at all-time highs. Just have some patience. It will always dip back down. Could you miss out? Yeah. But you shouldn't act on FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, that's just not smart investing. Just wait for a dip. Like, same with Floki. If we go to Floki, I'm down. But I waited for a dip to buy. It's not like I bought at all-time highs. It just kept dipping. But that's investing. So if you're mad because you bought at all-time high, now you're down, a smart investor invests more to get your average down. You know what I mean? So I've talked about it before. I'm not going to explain it again. But you don't want to put all your money in. Definitely not at the top. But if it keeps going down, if you didn't put all your money in, you have more money to buy the dip and lower your average, okay? It's very simple. Just don't act on emotions. Have patience. And just understand what it is you want. And for me, I wanted to get a 100K position in Floki, like invested in it, and I did it. And now, the only way I'm buying more, even though I could lower my average, is if it dips down back below what it was at, like, what was it, 11 cents or whatever it was. I'll show you the price in a second. Well, I'll just go look at it right now. It was like 11 cents is what the major dip was not that long ago. Was it? Yeah, it was back over there. So right there. It was 11 cents. It was around there. And it's so hard once you have such a large amount in there to get your average down without putting much more in there. You know what I mean? And you don't want to have all your money in one basket, right? You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. So for me, what I've been buying is Binance, okay, and Phantom. 2 projects that power the entire Wolf Den ecosystem, which I'm going to be talking about more in the future. But Phantom, this project is insane. Once you really get in there and you start using it, you'll be blown away, okay? But yeah, I'm buying these because they power an entire ecosystem, okay? And I'll get more into that in another video, but that's what I'm buying because, like I said, I need it for the ecosystem, okay? So no, I'm not buying Floki right now. Do I think it's a good price? Obviously, it's cheaper than what my average is, so duh. But is that financial advice? No. Do what you want. Don't get mad at me or get mad at me. I really don't care, but it does nothing for you, because it doesn't matter to me, That's your life. You just have to be smarter. You have to have patience and buy the dip. Not financial advice. But if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. But I'll put that video on the screen that I talked about, the chainlink video I did on Floki the other day. And definitely check that out if you missed that crazy integration partnership. But that's all I got. Love you guys. See you on the next video.